Meanwhile, in the desert, off screen.
Back
Welcome
to
Sonic
the...
Adventure 2, Part 3.
So back to Buffalo's the Enchilada and Batface the Rogue.
You mean Furry Bait the Bat?
Yeah, Furry Bait the Bat, that works too.
I forgot, what age did they set her to? I think it was 19.
I'm pretty sure she's somewhere in the teens, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Then why is it later on when they change her voice that she sounds like a 40-year-old?
What, like a cougar?
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to ask Sega about that.
Yeah.
They somewhat fixed that when they changed the new voice actors, though.
You should also ask Sega why they gave bats some breasts.
Why'd they make Sally go bottomless?
Well, like, she's a cartoon character, so it's somewhat...
So is Rouge.
So is Rouge.
Alright, okay, well... Alright, yeah, but you know what I mean.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if they actually included it because they thought people would buy the game because fan service. But
well,
then they
that's
realized,
Japan for you.
Not necessarily. I mean, Crash Bandicoot was made by American developers, and they had Tanya originally.
Yeah, but this is coming from like Japan, where like basically when they translate games from Japan to America, well, they don't. There's some pretty obvious cliches.
Also, I gotta get this out of the way right now. Who do you think is better, Rouge or Candy Kong? Rouge.
You're asking
Like,
you're asking me to pick between people
two
that
furries.
I don't give a shit about. Yeah, two furries that I don't give a shit about.
like who are you like less hateful of?
Candy Kong because I barely remember her.
Like, oh, let me just rephrase this. Whose design do you like better?
Fuck's sake.
I personally like Rouge more.
Yeah, I say Rouge.
Rouge because it's less creepy.
Like, I dislike Rouge more
actually,
as a character. Like, I dislike Rouge more as a character
Well,
because she's like has a bigger role in the
personality
game.
in terms for I can't really think of Candy with a personality besides being Donkey Kong's girlfriend. Rouge is a little more fleshed out.
Wait, was she actually Donkey Kong's girlfriend?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
You said Candy Kong.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you
so
found that second Emerald piece out of order.
All right, back to Sega Land Sonic Adventure 2. Welcome to the Emerald Hunting Stages Sonic Adventure 2 edition.
And they completely fucked these up in Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
There, look, just basically picture the treasure hunting stages from the first game and just nerf it.
Yeah.
And stages are a lot bigger. The emeralds have a lot more places to hide. The radar is a lot worse, and overall, it's just a lot worse than Sonic Adventure 1's Emerald Hunting.
Yeah.
Like some of the early stages aren't too bad, like Wild Canyon or Rouge's first stage. The name escapes me at the moment, but they're not too bad.
Dry Lagoon.
But when you get to Dry Lagoon. But when you get to which is an oxymoron, by the way. But when you get to later levels, you really begin to like suffer as to why the radar in this game is so heavily nerfed compared to the original Sonic Adventure.
Also,
and
why
it
is
baffles me
the
as to
map?
why they thought they changed it.
Also, why are the maps
well,
so
to explain
huge?
for those
Why is the level design so terrible?
That too.
All right, so for those who don't know, basically in the first Sonic Adventure, when it came to hunting emeralds, the radar basically would shine based on how close you are to each emerald. It doesn't really. And for this version, it only shows one at a time.
It only shows the one that the game wants you to find at that time.
Exactly. I believe I'm not sure if it was this level or Knuckles' playthrough, but in one of them I actually find one of the emeralds that I'm not supposed to get. Yet.
Yeah, you did that with Knuckles just
I believe,
a few minutes ago.
Yeah. So to me, the best strategy to get through these levels fast, and if you're going for A ranks, which is kind of significant in this game, if you want like the end game stuff, you'd want to just pretty much run around endlessly until the thing starts flickering. I mean, there's hints, but the game will actually reduce your score for doing so.
Which I still find very dumb.
The thing is, though, the difference between the hint system on this game and Sonic Adventure 1, Takao will literally go to the direction of the emerald.
Yeah.
Which was fine with me. I had no problem with that. In Sonic Adventure 2, the game tells you a vague hint, some more vague than others, but it basically gives you a landmark and tells you that it's near there.
Yeah.
The problem is though with those hints is that they expect you to know the level in order to understand what the hints mean. I mean,
Yes.
At least for Tikal it's more convenient because she just goes in the direction. I mean, obviously if the camera doesn't work with you, it doesn't really give you a good idea, but it's more clearer because you know you need to just go that way. In Sonic Adventure 2's case, you gotta pretty much memorize the level, but fuck that. Just run around aimlessly until that thing starts blinking.
To be honest, one of the things I've noticed in hard mode about Sonic Adventure 2's treasure hunting levels is that in the hard mode of the game, all the emerald locations are fixed. So they'll always be in the same place, no matter what.
So in that sense, the hard mode levels are easier than the easy mode levels.
Yeah, once you find them the first time, they're easier because you can just memorize where they are.
But one of the issues with that is, I think for at least one emerald requires you to have a certain upgrade in order to find it. So it's not like you can't just go in and have it. So if you don't know where that upgrade is in one of the other levels, then you're not completing it.
Wait, she says she's located Eggman's base, despite the fact that she's inside the base right now.
I assume...
You would say you've located it when you've seen it from the outside.
Wait, so who's she talking to?
Oh yeah, so this is basically supposed to be a stealth level. Yeah, it's
stealth in quotation marks there.
Yeah, stealth quote unquote. But really, the only thing you're trying to hide from is that flying mech that I just passed by, and the most it'll do is hit you with a laser and then move on.
And also, you just found another one of the keys out of order. It was inside one of those gamma robots.
Yeah, sometimes the emeralds are just easy to find out of complete fucking coincidence because you just happen to run into an enemy that had it. But don't expect that to happen all the time.
So now we just got the fake nails upgrade.
Because just
also,
like
they're different in between levels, right? In some levels, they're Master Emerald shards. In other levels, they're keys.
Yes.
It's only one level for each character. So Knuckles in Death Chamber, and this stage.
Yeah, but regardless, they're the same thing no matter what.
They're basically the same thing.
It's just MacGuffins you got to collect inside the stage, so it doesn't really matter.
Also, I want to ask you guys, what are your overall opinions on the treasure hunting stages in the adventure games in general?
I like them. I don't mind them being here. I just don't want them to be done like Adventure 2. Do them. To me, my perfect treasure hunting level in the Adventure series is Adventure 1. Short, confined levels that are simple. The Emerald Radar works better, and overall, it's just a lot faster and it's just a lot easier on the player.
Personally, I don't mind them, but I would really just prefer if they were just Sonic stages with different characters, with Knuckles and whatever, similar to
Well, I think that's what almost everyone would prefer. But since this isn't an ideal world, if this is what we're gonna get, then I'd rather them do it the adventure style.
Yeah.
Adventure 1 style, I should say.
I guess so.
In my opinion, I don't think they're all that necessarily bad. I think they can be fun if you ask me. It's just, at least they pretty much play they pretty much, gameplay wise, they pretty much move like Sonic. So you can still jump into enemies, you can still, move fast, but then on top of that, you also get combo kicks. But like Solani said, it's better if you make sure the levels are nicely condensed. You don't have to worry too much about getting lost or anything like that. And the hint system is more like Tikal, where it just gives you the general direction rather than a hint.
Also, I have another complaint about these type of levels in Sonic 2, Adventure 2, and that's I feel a lot of them are kind of samey. A lot of the rooms in some of these levels are very samey.
Well, I know level design wise, I think they intended that just to make it more challenging, but
yeah, but I personally dislike that.
At the same time, at least make the rooms different enough that you feel that you're in another location.
Yeah.
I know in Knuckles' stage when we get to it, it actually does have a map, and it tells you your location, but it's not on the HUD. It's on a wall, in different rooms.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of helpful, but at the same time, it doesn't show you all the rooms. Like there are hidden rooms that the emerald may not appear until you get into that room. So
Down over 50 years ago? What's he doing up there anyway? Doesn't matter. It's
Seriously, the way the characters move in this game bothers me so much.
Yeah.
well, I still like how they animate more than they did in Sonic 06. In Sonic
Oh.
06, they're just still puppets.
No, I think Sonic 06 looks a hell of a lot better than this in terms of choreography.
In terms of choreography, I feel Sonic 06 is better solely for shadow kicking Silver in the head.
That too. That redeems the game. Best game, 10 out of 10.
No, there's just times that they kind of just freeze up into a certain in a position. I do like there's more fluid, like there's just more movement. Like it feels more natural to me than just something just sitting still.
I disagree entirely. Like some of the animations in this game are like nobody moves like that.
Well,
Not
at the
even
same
cartoon characters move
but
like that.
at the same time, I'm not going to give this game crap just for that because it is like an an older gen game.
Yeah.
But there were older gen games within this game's time that animated a hell of a lot better than this.
Wait, repeat that.
There
Repeat
are
that, you cut out
games
there
with
for a
it.
sec.
Sorry, there were games within this game's generation that animated a hell of a lot better than this.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I
to be
I guess
fair,
so.
like I think they're trying to put most of their like budget into the like what do you call it, gameplay instead of the visuals and like presentation.
Like I've said, like I've said it before, like I'm gameplay first, graphics second. So
I am too, but the gameplay in this game, honestly, I would only count about 1/3 of the gameplay in this game actually fully tolerable.
Yeah.
I look, I don't mind when they try to change things up for a Sonic game because it's better to like it's nice to just have variants so that you're not playing the exact same shit over and over again. I mean, look at Mario for example. I mean, yeah, just tried and true and stuff like that, but
That's what alternate characters are for.
but that's just
Nobody complained when complained when Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 and Knuckles did it.
To me, any game or at least any Sonic game would be good as long as the bare what's the word I'm looking for?
Bare minimum.
The bare
Essentials?
the bare essentials of Sonic is there. So like characters that can move fast, they can still jump on enemies no problem, right? And the levels are just well designed, around that, right? So as long as it has those, I think the game can be just as fine.
Also,
So like
I have
for
a
example,
question for you guys.
for example, obviously the Walker stages and all that, is everyone always compares the Walker stages to Gamma stages, right? Because Gamma is just much faster and more fluid, right? It feels more like a Sonic game, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the thing though. If the Walker stages play more like Gammas, I mean, not like
If they were like that, if they were more like Gammas, I wouldn't complain as much. But
Yeah.
these are just to me inherently inferior to Gammas.
Yeah.
that's exactly what I'm saying. Like it's not like this. It's not terrible. It's just inferior.
Also, I have a question for you guys. Speaking of like making these stages faster, what if you just like gave Eggman a faster new mech? Like if you
Like a mech that moves faster.
yeah.
But
As
then they'd
well.
also have to change the level design to accommodate that.
Yeah.
Because if you were moving faster in a level like this, you'd probably fly off the edge all the time.
Well,
I was
yeah.
gonna say as long as the level is designed properly enough, then
Yeah, if the levels were designed like Gamma's levels from SA1, where they accommodate the fact that he can move faster, then yeah, I'd have no problem with that.
Like
Also-
what I was thinking was that what
also
if you
another
gave like Eggman like a Gundam style mech and then just made like the gameplay surrounding like him moving fast and shooting and trying to get to the end as quick as possible.
That'd be interesting, but at the same time, that doesn't immediately scream Sonic to me.
Yeah. Well, it's more like it's like faster than this at least.
Very true. But also, speaking of one thing that I preferred about Gamma more than the mech stages in Sonic Adventure 2 is that Gamma could move while shooting. I mean, yeah, you can do the same thing with the mechs too, but you gotta lock on first, and it's not as fast as Gamma's. And,
well,
like,
you still have to lock on as Gamma.
No, that's what I said. You do still have to lock on with Gamma, but I felt it was faster and more fluid with Gamma.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like the lock on is a little slower in this game.
That's
Maybe
what I'm saying.
It
It's
could
just
just be me.
to me it's just the walkers are just basically Gamma stage just slowed down significantly, and that's
And
basically
I
what it
honestly,
is.
and I honestly wish they didn't do that, but you know.
Interesting thing with some of these enemies, some of them that shoot projectiles at you, if you manage to kill the enemy itself before the projectile hits you, the projectile just despawns.
Huh. Well, gotta save memory where you can. Or get pot-shotted like that, but you know.
Yeah, that's one thing I dislike about pretty much any level in this game. Actually, well, more so the Walker stages and the Sonic stages. Enemies just like to fall out of fucking nowhere like that.
Hey,
That's
man,
especially apparent in one of the later stages where the artificial chaoses show up.
Yeah, it's in fact the artificial chaos like to friggin' ignore physics altogether and hit you through the door.
At least it's better than that one zone in Sonic 2.
What, Metropolis?
Yeah,
Zone?
Metropolis Zone. Shit, that place gives me nightmares.
No, well, that was just poor. That was just poor enemy placement. This one is just you can't even see the enemy coming at you. If you at least can do that, then you can do something about it. This one is just.
No, I'd say the same applies. I'd say the same applies to Sonic 2.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
And to an even worse degree in Sonic 2.